we are going to now get ready to saute our sauce. Our sauce has simmered for, oh, I don't know, probably about an hour. So now we have to prep to actually make the sauce, saute the sauce. So first we're gonna, earlier we put fresh rosemary into this cruet with olive oil. And it should have flavored the olive oil. So now we're gonna take this flavored olive oil, pour some in the skillet. And the oil's in the skillet. Now we're gonna add our garlic and onions. In the previous webisode, I talked about chopping up your garlic and onion ahead of time, which I did. It's in this airtight container, so I'm just going to pour the garlic into the skillet. The oil's nice and hot. I don't know if you can hear that sizzle, but that's what that is. And now we're going to do the same with the onions. Okay, now we're going to saute our onion and our garlic. And of course you can't smell this, but like Dean said, it would be nice to have smell-o-vision because this garlic and these onions sure smell good. Okay, now as that simmers, we're going to add some green pepper and celery. Stir that. Wish you could smell that. Now, what we're going to try to do with this before we put the sauce in is we want to make kind of a broth. So with the olive oil, the garlic, the onions, and the peppers, I'm going to add some fresh seasoning. Now I have about, this is probably about a tablespoon and a half of Italian seasoning. It's fresh herbs. It's a mixture of things. It's thyme, rosemary, oregano, and a few other spices. So we're just going to pour this in. Then we have some additional Italian seasonings. I just got these are, again, as I stressed before, I grinded these. These were from a grinder, and so I just ground them into these containers so that I could just throw them in instead of trying to grind them in while I'm cooking. So we're creating a broth with these seasonings. Now we also have some ground, even though we have fresh garlic in here, I'm adding additional garlic. This is from the grinder. It's garlic, sea salt, and parsley. So we're gonna put that in. We'll stir all this. And we're going to let it simmer for a little bit so it can create a broth. Great. Okay, our sauce is ready. We're going to transfer it now to our mixture of olive oil, seasonings, and vegetables. So you got it?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm doing it.
Alright, let's take our sauce. Actually, I should probably have on the apron at this time, but that's okay. We'll wing it.
Good job.
Alright, now we're going to let this, the heat's on high right now. We're going to, after everything gets mixed in, we're going to turn the heat down so it can simmer for a while. It's going to have to simmer for probably about, this is pretty thick. I actually did not strain it. The tomato seeds are still in here, which is fine. It makes it a little heartier, which I like. Some people may not. And if you don't, you should probably strain those seeds out. So we're going to let this simmer again for about, actually we're going to let it simmer for about 5 minutes because we're going to add some, actually you know what, I'm going to add it now. I'm going to add some more. I know we put rosemary flavored olive oil in, but I'm going to put some fresh rosemary stems in. Give it some additional Italian flavor. And we'll take those out after it gets done. We don't want to keep those. And we're also going to add one more ingredient. Actually, we're going to add a couple more ingredients before we let it simmer. We're going to add some parsley flakes and some cayenne red pepper. It's kind of awkward. Give it a little spice. And one more ingredient. I'm going to add some red wine. This is, so you could add any kind of red wine. This is Cabernet Sauvignon. Okay, now I'm going to stir it a little bit more. Okay, our water is boiling now. We're going to put our ravioli in because our sauce is just about ready. I'm doing two different types of raviolis. One is spinach and cheese ravioli. The other is a spicy beef sausage ravioli. It has some Parmesan cheese in it too. So these are only going to take about 5 minutes. You can get any kind of ravioli from your refrigerator case. I recommend that kind. And it's a nice complement to the fresh sauce. You could also just add some meat to your sauce, make a meat sauce, and pour it over regular noodles such as linguine, spaghetti, angel hair, or even, what are those tubes? Penne. Okay, our sauce is almost done. Look at it. It's nice and thick and rich. And the thing, okay, one other thing I did not add, I added a mix of garlic, sea salt, and parsley, but I'm going to add just a little bit more of sea salt. Now the good thing is that since this is our fresh tomato sauce that we made from scratch, it wasn't processed and put in a can or jar with tons of salt, we can add our own salt. Sea salt I prefer. And it's going to be about a few more minutes before our ravioli is done, and then we will eat. Okay, our sauce is just about done, so we're going to take out the fresh rosemary. We don't want to accidentally bite into it or eat it. It won't really be pleasant. Unless you just love fresh rosemary to eat, which I don't. Okay, I think I got it all. There's probably a few needles left in here, but that's okay. Alright, our ravioli is done. Again, we have two different types. Spinach and cheese and spicy beef with Parmesan cheese. Now I'm going to get it out with this strainer, spatula. Let's let the water, you want to strain the water. You really don't want too much water in here with it. The sauce is ready. We've plated the ravioli, and we are about to eat.
We're going to share some bubbly here.
So here, I'll go ahead and, you want both? Again, we have
yes,
two types of ravioli.
I want both. I want both.
Let me give you a little bit of both.
How it smells so good, guys. Smell-o-vision. You got to get it.
We do have to get that, you know. You're missing out. You can see it, but you can't smell it. You can't taste it either, but you can make this yourself, and trust me, this is bellissimo. Okay, good. I will go ahead and...
Wait.
Oh, okay. I'll go ahead and...
Did you do your thing?
Dish up the sauce.
I want to eat that sauce.
Now you
smells
tell me
and
how
looks
much you
so
want.
good.
Is that enough?
That's
You
good.
like a lot of
Thank
sauce?
you. That's it. That's good.
All right, let's switch places.
Bubbly in there. Hope you didn't see the name of that bubbly.
All right, let me give you just a little more sauce. Doesn't that look delicious? It's a nice, hearty, and rustic homemade tomato sauce.